We are all unique individuals. Our genetic code and thumbprints are all individualized and different. No two people hear the same music. No two people see the same painting. No two people place the same meaning or understanding on the same word. This makes communication at best difficult and at the worst impossible. Words are subject to interpretation based on the level of understanding, the state of consciousness, as well as the meaning for the individual hearing the words and the meaning for the individual using the words. For one person, the word poor may engender feelings of compassion, while in another person, it may engender contempt. Words are symbols of concepts or perceptions and have the ability to arouse feelings and thoughts or create images in the mind. Words have no exact uniform meaning. Even scientific definitions, which are thought to be exact, uniform, and include reproducible meanings, are inadequate. For example, the word carbon, a simple element that every chemist believes have the same meaning, defies definition. Does the chemist mean the carbon in a lead pencil or a diamond? The carbon atom is the same in both. To take this to ridiculous proportions, it is beneficial to know the difference between a lead pencil and a diamond when you are about to purchase an engagement ring. Your spouse to be may not see the humor in giving her a lead pencil and saying to her, "My goodness, I gave you the same carbon atoms, even more of them, and the pencil is so much cheaper." Furthermore, we could save the money for a trip. You, of course, are thinking a hike in the mountains, and she is thinking a cruise. She could also be thinking, "This guy is weird. Do I marry a crazy or should I send him on a permanent hike in the desert or rainforest?" If you reduce the lead pencil and the diamond to basic elements from which they are both formed, you obtain carbon atoms. Just simple carbon atoms, both lead and diamond, nothing more, nothing less. When you reduce the human body to its basic elements, you have nearly every element found on earth, nothing more and nothing less. When the body is cremated, the elements of the human body are returned to the trackless dust of earth, and the self is free to enter another dimension of reality. The problems of communication and understanding become even more complicated when what was stated is not what was meant. The adage, "I know you think you understood what I said, but do you fully realize I never said what I meant?" leaves individuals confused and paranoid. Try to define love. There must be millions of books written on that one word. For one person, love means you do as I want you to, and therefore you must love me. For another, love means giving total freedom and committing acts of selflessness. Communication is very, very tricky. People use words to create images in another's mind, to manipulate, to deceive, to control, to express love, to express compassion, to express empathy, and to implant seeds of ideas which grow in another's mind. The use, the understanding, the context in which a word is used will arouse certain feelings, thoughts, and images in the mind of the individual interpreting what has been said. All of this may seem trite and insignificant until one realizes the distinctive difference in the meaning of know and believe. Christianity claims you must believe. The difference in the meaning and understanding of knowing and believing may mean the difference between heaven and hell, and is the difference between mind and spirit. Christ is said to have stated, "You must know." It is judged that during translation, the translators did not understand the true meaning of knowing and translated the word as belief. Knowing comes from the spirit, the true self, the true nature. Belief comes from the mind. Belief is subject to interpretation. Knowing is beyond the mind and is the domain of being, of soul itself. We come close to knowing with the faculty of intuition. Intuition is capable of being verified and may be subject to proof. Belief is a matter of blind acceptance and a matter of faith. Knowing leads directly to individuality, spirituality, and freedom. Belief leads to religious organizations and mental prisons. Belief has its foundation based on control and limitations. Knowing, like being and like love, has no limitations. It is founded on freedom. Knowing is a matter of certainty. Belief is based on theory. Knowing is based on reality. Reality is permanent, changeless, and eternal. Belief is based on relativity and is subject to change. Science is based on theory and is subject to time, space, and relativity. Science is more or less a matter of belief and is subject to continuous modification of theories. Spirituality is based on reality. Reality, spirituality is. Spirituality is based on isness. Spiritual existence is in another reality, one of no space, where there is no time, no change, and only that which is. The theoretical methods of science applied to spiritual principles have no foundation because they are totally different systems of existence. One is based on relativity and the other on reality. The difference between relativity and reality is as cataclysmic as the difference between belief and knowing. The human body is in the system of relativity. The body is born, grows, changes, lives, dies, and returns to the elements. The soul, the real self, the real nature, the I am, is real, permanent, changeless, eternal, and has no relationship to time. The body is nothing more than an instrument of soul, gaining experience in a system of relativity in order that soul itself can learn more about reality and about its own permanent existence in the reality of eternity. If you want more personal power over others, this audio will not be helpful. It will cause you self-inflicted harm, mental anguish, and grief. If you want to know, be, and empower yourself to self-realization and God consciousness, hopefully this audio will help you with your inner eternal journey. If you know you are soul, if you know God is, if you know life, like energy, is neither created nor destroyed, but transformed into different states. If you know you are a thing of beauty whose being and consciousness are infinite, if you know you are the individual manifestation of a new creation of a divine being, let's get together, laugh, and share experiences. If you wish to lift your state of consciousness out of chaos to the serenity of utter magnificence, listen, enjoy, and plot your own journey and destiny into the reality of ecstatic joy and the freedom of eternity. In every moment, laugh, live, experience life, and love all, including yourself.